Firstly and foremost, happy Tuesday, everyone. Hopefully you all are having a great and wonderful day or evening whenever you're watching this video. It is 10:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh man, I've already killed a gigantic, tall cup of coffee, probably about 16 ounces. Normally, I kind of drink either 8 or 12 ounces in the morning, but this morning, I kind of really just felt like getting even more revved up. Not to mention today is Taco Tuesday, so I'm going to be having some beef tacos for dinner. Oh, yes, yummy in the tummy. When I do say Happy Taco Tuesday, I'm talking about legitimately like having tacos for dinner. I understand there is a stock market slogan called like Taco Tuesday, pretty much going against like Trump and stuff. I actually did get some pretty funny comments on the last couple of Taco Tuesday episodes that I pretty much put out. But no, Taco Tuesday for me involves making beef tacos, chicken, turkey. Not a lot of people are taking me up on shrimp scampi tacos. You gotta try some shrimp scampi tacos. Lobster tacos, oh yeah, so great. Okay, so welcome if you are new. I keep things very real around here because I'm a real person. I'm a retail investor, retail trader. I'm not some Wall Streeter, not to mention I like real talk, especially when it comes to pretty much stock talk. So if you enjoy my content, definitely smash the like button. If you want to see more videos from me, very simple. Click the subscribe button. Let's grow this channel to thousands of subs. My main YouTube channel, Nightmare RH, has over 200,000 subscribers. It's a gaming channel. My gaming viewers, they don't want to be dabbling in the stock market, which honestly for me, that's actually somewhat a little bullish, and I'll talk more about that momentarily. But what I want to do in today's episode is go over three things. One, I want to go over this video up here on the screen, which will be down in the description if you want to check out the entire video. Secondly, I want to go ahead and talk about this AI sentiment report that comes out every Wednesday, I believe. And I haven't been talking about it in the last couple of weeks, but I kind of really want to tap on it a little bit. And then lastly, I want to go over a new stock that I might be buying soon because I do have some losses on my public profile for this YouTube channel. If you want to see my public profile, it's in yesterday's video. I want to keep today's video relatively short, maybe under 17 minutes. Let's go ahead and see if I can go ahead and do it. I can definitely talk like crazy, which is not really a bad thing. Gonna start doing some live streams on this YouTube channel probably in the next month or so. I'm just overly busy right now. So definitely stay tuned for all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and dive right into it. So firstly and foremost, Fed Watch, the change. Kevin Walsh reportedly wants most pretty much to squash fears. Yeah, that's pretty much what he wants most to do. So tomorrow, I'm actually going to be getting a haircut during the Fed governor meeting. 2 p.m. is actually when I'm seeing my barber. I will be talking all about the Fed governor the following day, so Thursday. Be doing a recap. Tomorrow, I'll basically be going over the market, my profile, how the market is very much moving right now. Right now, we're kind of really, if I were to really go ahead and kind of make a projection, there's a lot of fears right now which are very well warranted, and the fears revolve around rate hikes. So in this video, I really got to double check some YouTube guidelines. I'm pretty sure that I can play like portions of a video so it doesn't become copyrighted. Don't quote me on that. I just gotta, I mean, I've been on YouTube for 18 years now, believe it or not. But I don't dabble necessarily in doing like reviewing videos per se. But this is a really good video. In this video, it's 8 minutes, 23 seconds. Pretty much talks about how the Federal Reserve really wants to go back to getting on the agenda how AI is going to be deflationary. Okay? A lot of Fed governors are very much on board with this. Kevin Walsh is very much on board. And in order to have that notion play out, well, you have to have oil pretty much go down. And is oil going down? Oil is $76 right now, man. Oil is friggin' crashing. Look at the bottom right-hand corner of this video. Oh boy, my fingers are all messed up here. I'm looking on a monitor over here, my camera's over here. So yeah, oil is $76.94. It is plummeting. Now the Federal Reserve has stated that as long as oil is below $85 a barrel, then you're going to see data really not be affected. So this gives ammunition for the Fed governor to come out tomorrow and basically pretty much say, hey, yeah, rate hikes, no, we're not going to have rate hikes. So to really sum it up, what the Fed wants is to, one, squash rate hike fears. Coming out tomorrow with a rate cut, I don't see that happening. Do I see a rate cut happening potentially at the end of this year? I do. Call me a little crazy. I do see us getting a rate cut at the end or near the end of the year. Maybe a lot sooner, but you got to remember the Fed governor is one vote out of many. Kevin Walsh, if he wants rates to be cut, he's only one voting member, okay? I've talked about this many times before. And my own personal opinion as a retail, a small fish in a big pond, the Federal Reserve, honestly, it's all smoke and mirrors. The Fed governor is chosen by the President of the United States. The Federal Reserve is not part of the U.S. government. They are separate. They are a piggy bank or a credit card in a way. That's what they really are. And the thing about it is that you have these board members. The Fed governor is only 1 out of 12. So the Fed governor needs to convince other Fed governors to go ahead and vote in their favor. And if the Fed governor wants rates to be cut, but you have all the other members, they don't want to do it, well, guess what? Rates aren't going to be cut. Donald Trump knows this. People in Washington know this. It's really the American people that don't pay attention to this. They're the ones that are always being fooled. And it's really unfortunate. It truly is. So the Fed governor would love to cut rates. I mean, why would they love to cut rates? So they can print more money a lot easily, okay? The Federal Reserve wants to move into quantitative easing, QE. You got to be listening to this verbiage. We have been in a QT, quantitative tightening, okay? When the Federal Reserve wants to shrink their balance sheet, they're not printing more money. They raise rates to basically to basically bring inflation down, okay? When the Federal Reserve wants to print more money, baby, they want to expand their balance sheet. And this is what happened during 2020 and 2021. Then that's called quantitative easing. Right now, the Federal Reserve is printing money. I believe it's $40 billion a month. Don't quote me on that. But the Federal Reserve is printing money, okay? What, of course, ends up happening during that? Well, prices go up. Stock prices go up. People borrow money at lower interest rates. And this entire Ponzi scheme of stocks just continued to go up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Continues to happen, okay? So the Federal Reserve would love to cut rates. They really would. I believe Kevin Walsh is going to come out. He's going to be dovish, which is bullish. Dovish is bullish. Hawkish is bearish. The Fed, they operate under different terminology. I got to make a video talking about it as to why. If you believe the stock market's going to go up in the future, you're bullish. But you can be long time bullish, short term bearish. You very well could be. For me personally, I'm always long-term bullish. Short-term, I'm very much moving back to bullish, especially with oil coming down now. But there's going to be, if you have never watched a Fed governor speak, watch it and just listen to the verbiage they use, and you can pick up on how the market's going to really react. Okay. What does the Federal Reserve want? Like you said, they would love inflation to go down so they can print more money. QE continuing to happen. So oil very much being below $80, that's very much bullish. Now, taking our attention off this video momentarily, why isn't stocks like, SoFi, very much going back to, let's say, 20, 22, 25 bucks? Why are we seeing kind of very much a bounce and a hurdle? It's because of fears. It's downright hibbity-jibbities. It's a bunch of fears. We got to get past tomorrow. Once we get past tomorrow, oh man, I really see a tear that's going to be happening in this market. Now, if you've been following me, you know that I'm not gambling in this market. I'm doing a public profile challenge to 6 figures. So I'm obviously not gambling with my money. You can go ahead and say buying stocks is a form of gambling. Sure, I will agree with that. But when you go ahead and take a long position, you buy a stock and you hold it for a certain amount of time, the risk that gets taken off the table, unlike options, unlike day trading, or even short-term trading, is very much different. So that's very much like my course of action for like this channel per se. By all means, I've done option trading before. I've done day trades before. This YouTube channel that you're watching actually was started over 2 years ago when I actually was very much more into day trading. You can watch some of those videos if you want to. But ever since I kind of really relaunched this YouTube channel about 8 months ago, it's very much focused a little different. Now, before getting into the stock that I may potentially go ahead and nab, and it is up here on the screen, spoiler alert, but I want to go ahead and, before I get into that one, talk about this AI investor sentiment. So I actually love this report. Hold on. Water cheers, by the way. Today is going to be a blazing hot day, 96 degrees. Oh, I love I love the heat. I really do like this AI investor sentiment report. It's off algos, just like any other report that you pretty much get. If you are new to the stock market, you're going to hear this a lot. Algos are bots. Yes, the stock market is ran by bots. It's ran by algos. But understand that the people that run the algos, they could very well step in and they could buy the dip. They could also exit if they want. They also have the final say. But overall, the reality is that everything is algo driven in the stock market, including these reports. So these reports are very much on how are people feeling. Now understand that you may feel different than this. Obviously, I very much resonate with bullish people overall. So I don't necessarily resonate with neutral or bearish people, but it's very interesting how there's so much of a flop. And why is this? So if we go 1 year ago, that was basically during Liberation Day. Even though 1 year ago, in middle of June, Liberation Day was very much over and the stock market was already recovered and soaring past all-time highs. And what ends up happening when the stock market goes past all-time highs? It goes to new all-time highs, new all-time highs, new all-time highs, new. It's a trick question. What happens when the stock market hits new all-time highs? It it makes a new all-time high, new all-time high. It really is. It's kind of humorous, right? Just because a stock market or a stock breaks all-time highs, it doesn't mean a crash is going to end up happening, okay? Last summer, we went to all-time highs for so many stocks and also the stock market in general. But the biggest thing that I've talked about is that when these reports come out being bullish, the recovery has already happened. Keep it simple. You are here. Boom. The stock market crashes, right? Liberation Day last year. Well, come time, let's say you're talking 1 year ago, you're talking around maybe June of last year, the stock market's already higher than where it crashed. Now we're getting reports that are saying, hey, the market's doing, pretty well. The dip has already been bought. And it's kind of really humorous because I look at this report and a lot of people can look at this and get scared away. Don't let these reports scare you away at all. Yeah, this video is going to be more than 17 minutes probably. Oh, well, I definitely have a lot to really talk about. But do not let these reports scare you away from making great investments and also holding great investments too. You go back a couple months. I mean, this is terrible. A couple months ago, you're talking 31% of people are bullish. That's terrible. You're talking 43% are bearish. That's terrible, right? Who wants to be buying stocks during that time? I did. I was buying AMD below $200. I was buying SoFi, building a greater position, buying many other stocks. Robinhood. Robinhood is chasing like $100 right now. I was buying Robinhood below $80. So you gotta understand that these reports for long-term investors and traders, they can very much be used to play into your strategy of one, to really buy the fear, buy the dip, pick up discounted shares for the future, and very much build great positions and also make life-changing money. So if you see something like this, understand why it's so bearish. Is because of the war in the Middle East, the Iran war that let's go ahead and pray and keep good vibes is all done and finished. But back and forth, that stuff was back and forth. And you basically see how choppy this report pretty much was. And it's because of oil. It's because of a lot of fears. And people just don't feel good about the stock market. Okay, real quick on the closing note of today's video. I kind of really want to talk about a stock that I'm potentially going to be buying. Coinbase. So, this is a stock where their EPS and their earnings are actually going down because they are fully wrapped around cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is in the gutter. Hence, their earnings per share and also revenue is going down, because cryptocurrency is going down. I was actually potentially watching this stock and actually thinking about buying this stock back December and also January. So you're talking about 6-7 months ago. Oh man, if I had bought this stock 6-7 months ago, I would be down right now. But on the flip side, I would still be not as so if I had bought this stock, let's say at all-time highs, oh man, that was a brutal killer. But let's go ahead and say October highs of $400. Obviously, getting an average of 2 something is a lot better than having an average of potentially 400, right? But still, buying into a stock, Coinbase right now, I do want to do a deep dive into this video. But just going off of basic technical analysis, looking at the charts and understanding why this stock is very much in the gutter, I may very well want some exposure to the stock. So stay tuned probably for a video maybe later this week, very much doing a deep dive of why I may actually be potentially buying Coinbase. I'm not a financial advisor, so always do your due diligence, and I highly recommend that you don't copy people on YouTube. Obviously, my trading, my investing strategy is probably very different than many people. Obviously, many people that watch me probably have the same strategy for SoFi and maybe AMD, but Adobe is definitely kicking me in the nuts right now. A lot of people probably don't have the same strategy for Adobe. Hey, you gotta build your own strategy. My strategy is different than your strategy. Don't try to replicate someone's strategy. I've tried doing that before and I've actually failed. Build your own strategy. And with Coinbase, something that I'm really looking at per se is very much that when crypto does do a rebound, which so many people are talking about crypto doing a rebound at the end of this year. How crazy is that? Crypto starting to rebound at the end of this year. Well, Coinbase, if crypto rebounds at the end of this year, and let's say Bitcoin goes to a new all-time high sometime in 2027, 2027, Coinbase could very much be falling in suit. Now, is that guaranteed? Oh, absolutely not. For all I know, I could buy into Coinbase and the stock could very much go back, go down to lows of 2023. Anything is possible. Anything at all. So stay tuned for definitely that content. If you do have exposure to Coinbase, do let me know down below. Always do and love hearing from other people that are invested in the same type of stocks. As always, everyone, please do your research, do your due diligence, stay motivated in the market. Don't let people scare you out of investments, great opportunities, because if you do fall for that trap, at the end of the day, it's going to cost you. It's not going to cost them. So let's keep good motivation, good vibes around. See you all tomorrow for a new video, and later.